holds the secret of building this massive structure? Were they Pharaoh's soldiers, or nameless slaves, or, as some say, beings from the stars? Aliens, maybe? Today, let's try to crack some ancient codes. Welcome to a journey across the desert where riddles fall silent and questions begin to rise from the sand. In the middle of nowhere, three massive stone giants stand still. Mountains of stone that logic can't explain. History can't agree on them either. They called them pyramids. But the truth? It goes way, way deeper. School taught me the pharaohs built them, and that was the end of it. Sorry, Professor, just one quick question. They passed this, how exactly? How did they carve stones that weigh more than tanks? How did they lift them to the height of modern buildings? And today, with all our technology, we still can't recreate this construction. Let's talk numbers. Numbers you won't believe. 2.3 million stones, some weighing over 70 tons, and each one placed with millimeter precision. One wrong move and the whole structure collapses. And all this with no steel, no cranes. They either had some lost genius or a secret buried deeper than the sands. The layout of the pyramids matches perfectly. The stars of Orion's belt. Not kinda, exactly. The angles, the spacing, even the orientation and the size. For example, the Great Pyramid and the middle one are just like the left and center star, and the smallest pyramid is a bit off-center, just like the third star in Orion's belt. Coincidence? Some say yes. But the odds? Astronomical. And the pyramid's alignment with true north? More accurate than modern architecture. Even today, GPS would struggle to align it better. They say they used copper tools, but copper can't cut granite that cleanly. There's a missing piece here, literally and metaphorically. Inside, there's a room with no purpose. A missing stone, perfectly carved out, gone. Why? What was there? What was taken? Some believe it was a power source, others think it was a message. And some say it was never meant to be found. But there's more. These pyramids aren't the only ones on Earth. You'll find them in Mexico, in China, in India, and even in Iraq, spread across the world like echoes of a forgotten age. Did they all just decide to build the same thing? With the same strange precision? Or is there a lost connection between them all? We call it pyramid architecture, but no one explains why it's everywhere. Maybe they weren't just tombs. Maybe they weren't tombs at all. Maybe they were energy hubs. Maybe a communication system. Or maybe even something out of this world. And the top of the pyramids? Some say it was once covered in gold, shining so bright you could see it from space. And some legends speak of flying machines, descending from the sky, landing right there, atop the pyramids, taking something or bringing it, and then vanishing again into the stars. It sounds like science fiction, but what if it's not? What if the past was more advanced than we dare to believe? What if we're not the first great civilization? What if we're just the latest? And what if those ancient builders left behind more than just stone? Maybe they left a warning, a clue, a key, to something bigger than we can imagine. The question isn't just how they built it. The real question is why, and what were they preparing us for? Because if they were sending a message, then we're just now starting to decode it. And maybe, just maybe, the pyramids were never meant to be understood by the people who built them, but by the people who would one day rediscover their meaning, us. And the middle pyramid, a bit smaller, is just like the middle star, almost identical. It's not a rough resemblance, it's exact. Same angles, same scale, same spacing, and they all point to Orion. They weren't just building monuments, they were building maps, messages that lasted longer than languages, longer than empires. Why do they all point to the stars? Why did ancient people across continents do the same thing? Was it coincidence, or did someone teach them? Someone or something, a lost civilization, or visitors from far beyond? The deeper we dig, the more we find, not answers, but more questions. And maybe that's the point. Not to give us all the answers, but to spark the search, to remind us. We're part of something bigger, something ancient, something powerful, and maybe it's time we started listening, because the stones are still speaking.